Show begins with 26 seconds of walking, and I'm not really interested in seeing the Book of Boba Fett's Squid Game. Person escaping from bad guys has a cell phone but can't find a signal cliché. This drawing over here seems to foreshadow the final game and shows just two people fighting, but how can they guarantee there'll only be two people in the final while still maintaining the charade of equality? In theory, everyone could have survived the previous game if they were lucky enough.
Why'd you do that?
Is Gi-hun seriously asking this question? I'm not saying yay to murder, but I understand how this game is played, and I'm not sure Gi-hun does. How has he survived this far? I don't think intelligence or skill has played a factor.
It's because you always gotta open your mouth and ask something idiotic.
Hey, leave him alone. Some of us make a career out of doing just that.
Just a dimwit who lives off his mother, but you're with me in this place. Isn't that interesting?
Gi-hun would be the front man at TVSins. Why destroy the air tank? I get they've got a boat, but that's a perfectly serviceable air tank that they could use in the future. Throw it in the boat if you don't want him to retrieve it. The date on this phone says June 29th, which makes no sense. Gi-hun's daughter's birthday was June 8th, and he went into the Squid Games the very next day. How's it taken 3 weeks to get through 5 games? They had some off days between games, and most importantly, how does the phone still have 12% battery after 3 weeks?
I'll call you again soon.
Junho is proving to be just another asshole who insists on Zoom meetings when a simple email will suffice. Everything he communicated here would have made more sense by text, especially since that's exactly what he does next anyway. This 30 seconds of table setting, requiring someone to use multiple utensils for one meal. Why would you ever need 3 forks or 3 knives? Why? Is this island England?
Tonight's feast is prepared as a token of gratitude.
Do you know what really says thank you? A hot shower and some medical attention to a mortal wound.
And to encourage you all to perform even more splendidly in the final game.
Because nothing encourages a person to be entertaining while fighting to the death for the satisfaction of creepy millionaires more than a heady mix of indigestion and exhaustion.
He's over there!
Junho decides to inexplicably blow his sizable head start by standing in clear view for all to see. The plot can only protect you so much, sir. No one will be seated as these two men play a game of staring with stakes. Wasting ammo? You have him cornered. Why is this shot?
Police, put down your weapons. You got that? The Coast Guard will be here soon.
I don't know.
The f did you come from, dude? I don't even know which way to go, and how did he get here so quickly? His orders were to bring Junho to him, so why isn't he chilling on the beach earning 20%?
You barely get any signal around here. I don't know what you tried to send, but I doubt it went through.
Call me paranoid, but I feel like if I was running a secret death island of murder games, I'd want slightly more assurance than barely any signal, and I doubt it went through when talking about the dissemination of incriminating evidence.
One chamber must remain empty, and one must be filled with a blank, which means that there's only one bullet left in your gun.
This is actually true, but there's no rule that says he isn't allowed to carry extra bullets. You know, in case he has one of those fancy guns that aren't single use.
1 bullet's more than enough to kill you.
Exactly! It's not like Junho would be dumb enough to shoot him in the shoulder or something. Damn it! Not eating your vegetables. I hear that's the key to a long and healthy... Oh, never mind.
Who the hell are you?
Junho's actually only 10% as shocked as he should be, considering this is the actor that was referenced by Ji Yong in the Gongu episode. Sorry, Squid Game, but this is like Pepper Potts referencing how much she likes RDJ in the Sherlock films. And you know we'd send that
You know why?
Valid question. Why would frontman only shoot Junho in the shoulder? He clearly wants him dead, so why assume that a non-lethal bullet wound in the following fall into the ocean would definitely result in death? Now, I'm not saying that I'll give all the sins back if Junho returns in season 2, but if he does, that's exactly what I'm not saying I would not do. So this strap we saw earlier was purely decorative? If the goal is to give the players some TLC and rest before the final game to encourage them to be as entertaining as possible, why give them a very valid reason to want to stay up all night? Who's going to be happy to fall asleep in this situation? How is a 3-way fight between sleep-deprived players going to be entertaining? Even worse, what if 2 of them are killed here and now and the VIPs never even get to see the final game? This episode is 67% these 3 staring at each other, and considering the episode is, as a whole, a good 15 minutes shorter than the previous ones, that leaves about 3 minutes of actual interesting plot development. And by interesting, I mean not interesting at all. Putting a knife in your pocket blade up.
And I would finally start being a dad to my girl.
Thinking money makes you a good father. Pulling a knife out of your pocket handle first after putting a knife into your pocket blade up.
Don't do it. That isn't you. you're a good person at heart.
Well, thanks to you, we'll never know now, will we? Because if Gi-hun needs to be reminded he's a good person to stop him from stabbing a man in his sleep, he's probably not a good person.
Oh no, oh Sebak.
Sebak was never going to be a threat in the final game, so wouldn't it make more sense for Song-woo to keep her around? Gi-hun would likely take some stupid risk to protect her that Song-woo could take advantage of. Killing her now just gives Gi-hun even more reason to get bloodlusty. This sequence slow motions on for all the some time. Bafflingly, there isn't a single doctor, nurse, or talented butcher that's able to help the front man with his bullet wound.
Please be true. In other words, I love you.
Playing a love song while roasting human remains over an open fire.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Oh, there's so much blood.
Now there's your problem.
Now wipe yourself off. You're bleeding.
The f***ing bus is f***ing raw! That gun of yours holds 5 bullets.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself.
And do you know what you're gonna do with all that money once you get out?
I'm gonna go to Disney World!
What happened? When?
'Tis but a scratch